All right, my friend, are we ready? Okay, so we're going to be detectives this morning. That's why I have these. Were you wondering why I had these? Because we're going to do a reading, but some of the words are missing from our story. So we're going to be detectives, and we're going to try and find out what words need to go in those blanks. Okay, so this is going to be a lesson where you have to do a lot of rereading. Okay, so you're going to be reading the passage once, then you're going to have to read it again to try and figure out what words are missing, and then we'll read it again after that to see if our words match the words from the text, because this passage right here that is going to help you practice your fluency, all of those blanks are words that really used in the story. I just took them out, or somebody just took them out. And we're going to try and see if you can fill in those blanks with words that the author would have used. Okay? And this is a story that you haven't read before, at least I don't think so. So you might be thinking, well, how do I know what words go in the blank? I don't know what words the author used. What are you going to do? You think this is going to give you the answers magically? Is it? What do you think you can do when you look at the story and you're coming to a blank and you have to provide a word for the blank? How are you going to know what word goes in the blank? What could you do to figure that out? Any ideas? Before you, if you are a little confused right now, let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Before we do it with that passage, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I have some sentences here, and we can read them together. So what does the first one say? Let's play basketball at blank.
At the basketball court.
That would make sense, huh? Because you know that's where people play basketball. That would be a good guess. Let's read the next sentence. I can dribble the blank far.
Dribble the ball far?
That totally makes sense. I bet you the author probably used that word. How did you know ball?
Because balls go far, really far.
I can dribble the ball far. So what if I had guessed something like, I can dribble the sand far? Would that make sense?
No.
Why should I not use a word like sand?
Because sand does go far, but dribble, it's just the word.
You don't dribble sand, huh?
No.
And we're talking about basketball in the sentence before that. So words like dribble, like you just said, and basketball, those are my clues. That's why we have this. We're going to be looking for clues that help us make smart guesses that go in there. Okay? If I keep on going, let's see. I know I'm reading about basketball and dribbling. Can you make a blank? Let's see. When I'm playing basketball and dribbling, what do I make when I'm playing basketball? Can you make a cake?
No.
Are we even talking about cake
No.
and baking? No. So what could you make when you're playing basketball? Can you make a, I know. I make.
A throw?
Well, when I throw it, it's called something. It's called making a basket.
Make it into the basket?
When you make it into the hoop. So if I was to just use one word, because I should tell you, when we do this little closed reading passage, for each blank, you only get to use one word. So can you make a shot in the basketball hoop? Can I do that? That's too many words.
Basketball.
I can't say that either, because score in the basketball, that's too many words. Only one word. So can you make a basket?
Can I make a basket?
Can you make a basket? That's what we call when we get the ball in the hoop. I will find more blank to play with us. What would make sense? I will find more
balls.
I will find more balls to play with us. At first, the word balls sounds like it makes sense there, huh? I will find more balls because, wait a minute, I am going to stop myself If I fill in the blank with a word like that, but then when I finish the sentence, something tells me this doesn't sound right. It doesn't make sense. I will find more balls to play with us. Do balls play with us?
No.
Or do we play with
We play with the balls.
And do we need many balls when we play basketball?
No, we need one.
We only need one. So would that make sense to say I will find more balls?
Fine.
How can we self-correct? When we read and we make mistakes like that, we have to constantly pay attention and ask ourselves, yikes, did what I just say make sense? And if it doesn't, you can go back and change your word. So I will find more something to play with us. Well, what do I want a lot of when I play basketball? I know, I want a lot of players.
A lot of players to play.
I will find more players to play with us.
But there's another blank.
And that starts a new sentence because look, there's a period. So my first word, sometimes these are tough when it's the first one. They're tougher than missing words in the middle of a sentence. So blank many more players do we need? Ooh, it's a question. What's a word that starts question sentences?
Blank
many more players do we need?
We don't know what it is.
I know, and it's our job. We're going to use our clues. Many more. So that phrase makes me think of like a number. But do I want a number there? 2 more players do we need? No. How many more players do we need? Does that make sense?
How many players do we need?
Right. So when you experiment with words that you try to put in the blanks, you got to ask yourself after you put a word in there, you got to think, does that make sense? Is it related to what I'm reading about? And is my word choice, does it sound right? Okay? Here's the thing, sweetie. When we fill in our blanks, because you're going to actually be writing your word choices in these blanks, afterwards we're going to check it with the text. And our goal is to try and get the words to match exactly as the author used. But guess what? Don't sweat it, because when people do this most of the time, they barely get half of the words correct because it's kind of hard to predict every single exact word. The goal is to try to put words in that make sense, okay? If they don't exactly match what's in the story, that's okay, as long as they make sense, okay? Should we try? You want your magnifying glass? Which one do you want?
I want the big one.
Because you're going to need lots of help? Okay, you're going to do really good. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to give you a passage with the blanks. I'm going to take one from me. And here's one strategy. When you have to do an activity like this, it's good to just read the entire text, not even trying really to put the words in yet, because that's going to help us get an idea. And don't worry, we're going to read it together, okay? We're not going to try to put in words in the blanks. We're going to read to get an idea of what it's about, okay? Does that sound like a good plan? And there's text on the back too. All right, and one of the things that we want to do, you could use your magnifying glass if you want, but we also want to track with our fingers so we don't lose our place. Okay, so our first reading, here we go. One day, Henny Lenny blank taking a walk. And you can feel free to read right along with me, okay? Then, put your finger right there, then blank fell on his head. Blank. No. Can you read with me? The sky is blank. I have to go blank. The others, said Henny Lenny. Henny Lenny blank down the road to Goosey Lucy's blank. Goosey Lucy said, what blank wrong, Henny Lenny? Henny Lenny said, blank sky is falling. I blank to go warn the blank. Goosey Lucy said, I'll come blank. So Henny Lenny and Goosey Lucy blank down the road. Soon blank met Ducky Lucky. Ducky Lucky asked, blank, is wrong? Henny Lenny, Henny Lenny, blank. The sky is falling. Blank have to go warn blank others. Ducky Lucky said, blank come too. So Henny Lenny, Goosey Lucy, blank Ducky Lucky ran down the blank. Soon they met Turkey Lurkey. Turn the page on the back side. It's funny to read with all these blanks, huh? Keep going. Turkey Lurkey, blank. What is wrong, Henny Lenny? Henny Lenny, blank. The sky is falling. Blank have to go warn blank others. Turkey Lurkey said, I'll blank too. So Henny Lenny, Goosey Lucy, Ducky Lucky, blank Turkey Lurkey ran down the blank. Soon, you know where we are? Right here. Soon they met Swanee Lonnie. Swanee Lonnie, blank. What is wrong, Henny Lenny? The sky is falling. See why I'm reading it so excited? How come? Because we have a what?
Exclamation mark.
So we read it like we're, oh my goodness, the sky is falling. Blank have to go warn blank others, said Henny Lenny. Swanee Lonnie, blank, I'll come too. So Henny Lenny, Goosey Lucy, Ducky Lucky, Turkey Lurkey, and Swanee Lonnie blank down the road. Soon blank met Foxy Loxy. Foxy Loxy asked, blank, are you going, my blank friends? Henny Lenny cried, the blank is falling. I have blank go warn the others. Foxy Loxy, blank, why don't you come blank my home? I will blank you safe. So Henny Lenny, Goosey Lucy, Ducky Lucky, Turkey Lurkey, blank Swanee Lonnie followed Foxy Loxy blank his house. Foxy Loxy, do you know where we are? Foxy Loxy, blank, now that I have blank right where I want, blank, I'm going to eat blank. All the birds screamed, blank. Henny Lenny, Goosey Lucy, Ducky Lucky, Turkey Lurkey, and Swanee Lonnie blank away to safety. Blank and we're done. Was that silly?
Mm-hmm.
That sounded really silly with all those blanks, huh? So, ready for our mission? Pick up your magnifying glass, Detective Leonardo. So we have to now figure out how we're going to plug in those words so we can really, truly enjoy our story. So we're going to think about what this story is about. We've got all these crazy characters, right? All these animals. Something's falling. What's falling?
The sky is falling.
The sky is falling.
I never heard of that.
I know. That's why this is fictional fantasy. That doesn't really happen in real life, huh? Well, these characters, one of them thinks the character, or the sky is falling. So it sounds like he's got to go tell everybody, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And what does everybody seem to do?
Keep themselves safe.
At the end, we heard about safety, huh? So this is a story about all these characters trying to be safe because the sky is falling. And then something crazy happens at the end where...
that the fox ate them, wanted to eat them, and they ran away to stay safety.
To say safety?
Safe.
To safety? Okay, I think you have a good understanding of the story, and that's good because that's going to help you plug in the right words. The other thing that makes, I think it's going to make it easier to work with this story is a lot of these sentences repeat themselves. Didn't you notice that a lot of the sentences sounded very similar? So that's going to help us figure out the blanks. So watch. Tell me how I do. I'm going to take care of the first few blanks, okay? You stay with me. One day, Henny Lenny, something taking a walk. One day, Henny Lenny was taking a walk. Does that make sense?
No.
You don't like that word? One day, Henny Lenny wanted taking a walk?
No.
One day, Henny Lenny was taking a walk.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable. It might not be the exact word that the author used, but we'll see. Keep reading. Then blank fell on his head.
The sky fell on.
The sky is 2 words. I'm only allowed to use 1 word.
Sky.
So then sky fell on his head?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he doesn't know yet. Then something fell on his head? Or then, what do you think? Then sky fell on his head? Is that what you want to go with?
Yeah.
What sounds better? Then something or then sky?
Then sky.
Okay, because you heard sky before, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll try that and see what happens. Then sky fell on his head. Blank, no! An expression that someone might say if something fell on them. Blank, no! What can I put in the blank? Oh, no! Does that make sense? Would you say, oh, no, if something fell on you? Something awful was happening?
Oh, no.
So I'm going to put that word in there. The sky is blank.
Is, falling?
That sounds like a good word to put in the blank. Sky is falling. I have to go blank the others. I have to go...
Tell the others.
That totally makes sense. Thank you. I have to go tell the others, said Henny Lenny. And it looks like he's going to go tell them. Henny Lenny told down the road. No, wait a minute. Henny Lenny. Henny Lenny. I know he's taking a walk. I know he just said he's got to go tell the others. So Henny Lenny walked down the road.
Yeah.
That makes sense because he's going to go walk to the others, right? So Henny Lenny walked down the road to Goosey Lucy's
house.
Yeah, he's going to go visit him in his house to tell him the sky is falling. Goosey Lucy said, What? Blank wrong, Henny Lenny.
What's the wrong?
What's the wrong?
What's the matter? Wait, no.
Well, we don't want to replace the word wrong. We only want to include 1 word in that blank. So what the wrong doesn't sound right. What is wrong?
What is the wrong?
Well, I can only use 1 word. So what is wrong, Henny Lenny?
It's wrong.
What is wrong? He's asking him the question because he sees there's something wrong with him. What is wrong, Henny Lenny? Henny Lenny said, blank.
The sky.
The sky is falling. That makes sense. I blank to go warn. Do you know what the word warn means? When you warn?
Like someone? Someone?
What does that mean when you warn someone? The other thing that is going to help us when we do activities like this is we got to know the meaning of all these words that we're given, because if we don't, then it could make it tricky. So we got to make sure. Do we know what that word warn means? When you warn someone, I'm telling them to be careful, right? Look out, be ready. So, let's see. Henny Lenny said, the sky is falling. I blank to go warn the blank. I need to go warn
the others.
Oh, okay. I need to go warn the others. Thank you for helping me with that. Good job. It makes sense. Goosey Lucy said, I'll
come.
That makes sense. I'll help or I'll come. We'll put your word.
Come.
Oh, no. That won't make sense. I'll come. Thank you for checking that. Good job, Leonardo. So I'm correcting. This is called a self-correction. You actually made the correction for me, so thank you. I'll come. I don't want to say come twice, so what should I say? I'll come
with you.
with you sounds right, but I'm only allowed one word. I'll come also.
I'll come also.
I'll come also. I'll come too. Which one you like?
I'll come also.
I'll come also. All right, my friend. Do you have an idea of what I'm doing here?